But having said that, they're not going to be happy campers with a result like that, right?
No, I think that we could see similar to 1968 at the Democratic Convention when there was absolute chaos and unrest. I think the Bernie bros are going to be really, really upset.
But that unrest was, the backdrop was a very divisive war, right?
Yes, but I really think that the Bernie supporters are going to be really, really unhappy because essentially they're starting to predict. They're getting ramped up for what they think is going to happen, which is the superdelegates are going to rob Bernie and they're going to hand it over to all people, a billionaire, the most anti-Bernie.
So you think Michael Bloomberg would be the instant beneficiary of a second ballot?
Yes, I do, because I think the other candidates are going away, Neil.
I don't think it's going to happen in a second ballot. I mean, if you look at some of the kinds of situations where we're in, where there is something like, the split is, 26% or 30%, they've gone over 100 rounds of votes. So I don't think this is just going to happen in 2 rounds. It's going to be a clean cut. They've already decided.
Well, it was for Lincoln, and I covered that one. You got on the second ballot.
It was for Lincoln. And there were, there have been a few that are more like that. But I don't think this is going to be as tidy as
1924 went over 100 ballots.
Yeah, it was 104, I think it was. And
so they went to an outside candidate.
And Lincoln got it in 3 rounds. So, I mean, how many rounds is this going to be, and what is it going to be like? Looking at what I think it's a good, when you were likening it to the Iowa caucus and seeing how people are making the arguments and sort of the street fighting that goes on, I think that's what we're going to see if this were to happen. And if Bloomberg does take it after a brokered convention, we're going to have a lot of Americans who are really, really unhappy with that. Because don't forget, 3 in 4 Americans are feeling like this is an unfair system. 70% want wealthier taxed more. And if he comes in and takes this, there's a very large anti-billionaire sentiment in this country. If he comes in and takes it, buys it this way, it's going to be a big problem, and he's going to have to deal with that going forward.
But Lee, if it ends up going down that path, right, and it's not Bloomberg that takes it at a brokered convention, how is that candidate going to be able to raise enough money then to compete with President Trump? So practically speaking, perhaps
Bloomberg is committed. He's going to
no matter what Bloomberg has said, he's going to give $1 million.
Even if it's Bernie?
He said no matter what, even if it's Bernie. Bernie said he would endorse Bloomberg. But I think if there's a brokered convention, what's more likely is you end up having someone like a moderate, like a Joe Biden, paired with someone who is in the mold of a Bernie Sanders, like a Kennedy LBJ style
but
ticket.
You've given up on Biden.
Yeah, I mean, I think Biden's going to run out of money. I think his support was always soft, and now I think you're seeing the softer support in South Carolina. I think you're going to see it in more southern states.
So now it's a matter of he can't just win South Carolina. He's got to win convincing.
He's got to win by at least 8 points, because the problem with Biden, when you make your whole case about being electable, which is what Hillary Clinton did in 2008, well, once you stop being electable and you show those fractures, your whole case
it feeds on itself. This was the other night, and Joe Biden encountered this leaving a fundraiser. Take a look.
Drop out, Joe! Drop out, Joe! Skip Nevada! Skip South Carolina! Just go home early!
It really is a cruel world, isn't it?
It
is a tough business. That was a big fundraiser in New York where we're told he raised $800,000. It's a nice sum, but it wasn't, I guess, the $1 million expected, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're going to try to compete in Texas, it's going to cost you about between $20 and $30 million to put TV ads up. If you're going to do California, it's going to cost you between $10 and $15 million. So what the big problem is Super Tuesday for these candidates, because a lot of people are starting to run out of money, and Bloomberg is literally going to put up probably $100 million worth of ads just for Super Tuesday.
Does that make you feel icky in any way that someone could literally buy a pole position?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I see it as this guy earned his money legitimately.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I know, but
he will get there because he has a lot of money.
It's a flawed system.
It is a flawed system, but I think after this, we will finally get rid of Citizens United and reform campaign finance reform, because
that'll never happen.
Oh, I think absolutely.
I mean, what people are saying in terms of he's going to buy this election, that's exactly what he's doing. It's very clear, and I don't think that's.
But imagine what that says: 2 back-to-back elections. If that is the case, is this a great country or what? Any billionaire can run for president and make it. All right.
The American
I found that kind of interesting. Anyway, 2 American universities are